welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I'm here with my first guest, Miss Stefanie from Better Life Choices of New York. Let's all welcome Miss Stefanie.
Hi.
Hi. I know you guys can't hear me, but I'm clapping.
Yeah, I'll clap for myself.
Let's clap.
Hello.
So I'm here with Miss Stefanie. She is a life architect.
I am the life architect.
Can you explain to everyone what a life architect is for those who may not know?
Sure, I will. A life architect is someone who helps people build, design, and customizes their life in any area they see fit. Many people think self-help, whether it's therapy or life coaching, is only for people who are in a bad space, who only are for people who want to stop being sad. But in actuality, it's for people who are good, who want to be great, people who are great, who want to be excellent, people who are excellent, who also want to be magnificent. Okay. So what I do is build, customize, and design any area, whether it's changing that emotional forecast from cloudy to sunny or taking it from sunny to consistently sunny.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Ooh,
so as
my tea for that.
Yeah, sip it. Yeah, so that's what a life architect is, and that's who I am.
Okay, so someone hears life architect. Is that different from a life coach?
No, it is a life coach, but I refuse to call myself a life coach because that's what everybody's calling themselves. I am actually certified. I took the necessary measurements to become a life coach. A lot of people who just give good advice around the way are now all of a sudden Iyanla Vanzant, right? And I find it highly disrespectful to the craft of understanding emotions. I'm an emotional health specialist. I'm not a therapist. I cannot diagnose you. I do work with therapists who have master's degrees, who can diagnose you, who can give you medication. That's not what I do. I'm an emotional health specialist versus a therapist who's a mental health specialist. And I think people forget about emotions when it comes to healing. Because people instantly think I'm crazy, I'm bipolar. They always told me I act like my daddy. You know, all these things that we've always been told, instead of understanding your own feelings, who you are, how you feel, how you operate, how you move in this world, before you go and let WebMD or the person, you know, around the way in the family who's always been, you know, the family shaman, tell you what you are. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, guys. See, I told you, this is real. This is real, okay? Same way you don't go see a doctor unless he has his credentials.
Yes.
The same way you don't want to come to a life coach, an image consultant, a stylist, unless they know what they're talking about.
Yes. And it's easy to say you do know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Anybody can say, but where did you go to school?
Right.
Who gave you certification?
Right.
What degrees do you have? Before you start touching and plucking and trying to diagnose me, do you have what background knowledge do you have about me and your field? Yeah. Very big on that.
Yeah, so am I. And don't get me wrong, there are some people who just know what they're doing in certain lanes. I just feel like even if you're good at it naturally, God gave you that gift, that's wonderful. Now hone in on that craft. Take it and take the necessary next steps to make sure you have that paperwork.
Yes.
Because I knew what I was talking about, but then when I went to school, they took it and they molded my gift.
Yes.
You know, they sanded that out, the rough edges, and made me understand that you know what you're talking about, but this is how you implement what you're talking about. So there's a difference between I got a gift and I took my gift to the next level, and I took the level over to a place where I can not only help you because I say I can help you, I'm credentialed to help you.
Yes, because you can't say, hey, girl, you look good today. Somebody might take that as she trying to talk to me.
Right.
There's ways and words that you could use to say things to get the point across and not have that offensive effect to some people.
Yes, there are techniques in place.
Yes.
And just because you have a gift or give good advice, you might not know the techniques to deliver that. Delivery is everything when somebody's in pain.
Yes.
Delivery is everything when somebody wants to go to the next level.
Yes.
Delivery is everything when you want to be heard, because you have to understand that everybody can't hear the same way. Right? So if I talk to Shenell in one way, she's one client, I can't talk to my next client that way. And this is why I say customize. My coaching is customized because every client is different.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to start your own business?
Oh, so many reasons other than securing that bag. Wanting to be the author of my own finances was definitely one. But I was in the middle of my first awakening shift, which people like to call midlife crisis. Yes. I call it an awakening. It's not a crisis when I'm uncomfortable.
Yes.
Because uncomfortable means that I have to do something to not be uncomfortable anymore. So there goes the shift, right? So I was in the middle of that, and I just didn't see anyone who I felt resonated with me. I was looking for a therapist. I was looking for a coach. And I wanted someone who didn't make me feel I wasn't enough, though I was coming to them for help, which is important.
Yes.
I wanted someone who didn't judge my righteous ratchet ways, because I am the righteous ratchet queen. I love my Lord, and I also love a turn up. I wanted someone who just respected who I was without trying to put their idea of who I was supposed to be on me.
Okay.
And I couldn't find that. Okay. And I figured if I couldn't find that, a lot of people couldn't find that.
That's
so I didn't have a safe space for my mental ailments and my emotional pain. So I decided to create one.
Okay.
And here we are.
Okay. So you started this business. You could have called it anything.
Yes.
Why Better Life Choices of New York?
Well, because I was making poor life choices. let's be real. I was making poor life choices, and every time I talked about someone in counsel or in gossip, I would often say, you know, she needs to make better life choices. She's constantly making poor life choices. I make poor life choices. And on the phone with my sister one day, she said, you always say that. You know, you need to put that on a T-shirt or something. Ding, ding, ding. Here we go.
God's trying to tell you something.
So then, of course, I did took the legal necessary steps to find out if Better Life Choices was taken, and I was surprised that it was taken. So I said, I'm from New York. I'll add New York on it, not only with the vision of having it in New York, but also having Better Life Choices of DC, Better Life Choices of the South, Better Life Choices of Atlanta, Better Life Choices of Costa Rica, just taking it and labeling it in a way where I can expand. And I got that idea from, I'm a hip hop baby from Def Jam.
Yes.
Def Jam South.
Yes.
You know, I wanted to be able to take it and have the city that I'm in, the next office that I build, feel like it's for them.
Okay.
So first one, of course, I'm a New Yorker. Better Life Choices of New York.
Okay. That's another thing as an entrepreneur. Make sure that your business name is consistent. So if it's Instagram, email, Facebook, make sure it's consistent across the board, because when people are looking for you, they want to get to you as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
They don't want to have to go, okay, Shenell Renee,
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Shenell Renee 1. They want consistent, instant access, because if you don't get them in that first 10 seconds, maybe even 5 seconds, you've lost them. If they can't find you, you've lost them.
You're right.
So that's one thing that's very key when starting your own business. So if anybody's interested in starting their own business, that's one thing that I wanted to definitely drive on.
Yes.
Keep consistent across the board. Make it easy for people.
I agree.
Make it easі.
Make it as easy as possible. And when I realized that my name was long, so I just started making the hashtag BLCNY. 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 I made sure my logo was BLCNY. And I know when people put in hashtag BLCNY, many of my posts come up. And like you said, consistency.
Yes.
There was not a post. There was not a picture. There was not an image of me in my business. There's not a video without BLCNY on it. And it's important because, like you said, you want people to be able to find that life architect.
Yes.
At all times.
Yes.
And if you don't, you know, like you said, Shenell Renee 1, 2, 3. Which Shenell Renee is that? Is that the one I'm looking for? I mean, it looks like her. I'm not sure. I'm over it. Let me scroll back to the shade room. I don't have time. Let's go back to celebrity gossip. You don't want that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're here on a Saturday. Tell everybody, what is a day in the life of Miss Stefanie?
Oh, there is no day that is the same. Because I'm on this beautiful journey, in addition to having a 9-to-5 still, until God says otherwise, in addition to being a wife, in addition to being a woman who likes what she likes, no day is the same. Today was actually a very relaxing day. For the first Saturday in about 6 months, I was able to sleep till noon. And that was a blessing. And I made sure, of course, that I had nothing around it, because I wanted to make sure I was present here for you and the viewers and listeners. But every day is different. Monday through Friday, I do go to the 9-to-5. That allows me to run my business from the 9-to-5 in between doing 1 or 2 things for them. But it's the truth.
Such a blessing.
As soon as that 5 o'clock strikes, I am out, and it could be I'm heading home to Skype or have a phone coaching conversation with a client. I could be going to record my podcast, Not Your Mama's Podcast. I could go and be in a meeting for another website. I'm a content creator as well. I write blogs for other websites.
Okay.
So I do a lot of things.
Yes.
I also am the author of something called Party with a Purpose.
Okay.
So that is basically life coaching in a group setting, customized your way, your home, your guest list, and I come in any topic that you want to discuss.
Okay.
We throw it on the table. So it's like a girls' night.
Huh.
Yes, honey.
Ooh,
I'm
I
out
need
here
to come
getting
to
these
one of
courses.
those.
Girl, you throw them yourself. You see, I was smart about it and decided instead of throwing events and looking for places, you are the place. Nice. I come to your house, your setting, your hotel room, your restaurant, whatever you pick with your guest list, and you pay me to come and do what you and your girls would normally do, and just have someone in the middle to kind of, guide that along.
Yes.
So I could be after 5 o'clock. Any one of those things are on the agenda for me to try to make it better and better every time. In addition to being someone's wife. There were days where I have to put all of that to the side and be like, I haven't seen my man.
Yeah.
I got to make sure he ate.
Take care of him.
Yeah. And it's hard to balance the two. So you have to have someone who understands the vision and respects the vision. So again, every day is different.
Okay. That is true. That is so true. Okay. So you're a life architect. You're helping women. You're encouraging people. You're doing all of this. Has there been like someone who's contacted you, whether it be Instagram, email, Facebook, and said, giving you their testimony and said, thank you so much. This helps me so much. Right. I'm sure there's plenty, but one that sticks out in your mind. Can you share one with?
Sure. It's not one person. It's one common thread.
Okay.
In addition to being called a life architect, my beautiful souls have kindly dubbed me the permission giver.
Okay.
And that's a huge compliment for me, because to hear someone say that because something I did, wore, said, gave them permission to love, heal, be free, let go, that for me even now gives me chills up my spine. Because so many of us are living lives that other people have given to us, other agreements that were made from us from birth.
Yes.
We're living our parents' lives. We're living in comparison to our siblings' lives, to these celebrity lives. When someone tells me because of our time together, or because of that clip you posted, or because of this, interview on Shenell Renee's radio show, I feel like I am free. You gave me the permission to blank. That alone, honey, the ugly cry sends me there every time, because that's a huge deal.
That ugly cry is no joke.
You don't want my ugly cry.
That ugly cry is no joke.
Yes. So for me, being a permission giver, for people saying thank you for giving me permission to blank, for me, that's the ultimate.
Okay. Now, if it's a person, maybe someone who's a fellow entrepreneur, who inspires you?
Besides myself? A lot of people. I can't just pinpoint one, because I'm inspired for different things and different reasons, depending on what I need for the day.
Gotcha.
That's who inspires me. It could be a family member. It could be my mother, my sister, for all I know, what they've done and gone through. Or it could be you. Okay. It could be my husband. It could be someone I saw on television. I don't put the burden of being inspired on one person. Okay. Because I need different types of inspiration depending on what I'm doing and what I need. Okay. So it varies.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break, guys. We're going to wet our whistles. We're going to just have a great time. And we're going to come back with Miss Stefanie. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere, because you don't want to miss what we have in store for you today. Because I told you, I am coming with the heavy hitters. If I come on this broadcast, I'm giving you content. I'm not giving you anything that you can't use in your daily life. Whether you're an entrepreneur or you're aspiring to be an entrepreneur, it's all about sending positive vibes, encouraging people, men and women, not just women. Let's not get that confused, men and women, because there are men entrepreneurs out there. So we'll be back. Is live. This is not television. So you get the raw, uncut.
That's how I like it.
Yes.
Raw.
We're here to have fun.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm back with Miss Stefanie from Better Life Choices of New York, and we were talking about who inspires you, and she was saying that there's not one person that inspires her. It could be a multiple things of people, post situations, circumstances, anybody that she comes into contact to, depending on what she needs at that particular moment in her life. So going back to that, who is your biggest supporter?
Again, besides myself, because let me tell you, entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs out here, if you're not your number one fan, ooh, you in for a rude awakening.
Trying to tell you.
Okay, you got to be your own cheerleader when there's no pom-poms.
Trying to tell you.
Right? But back to your question. Define, just like inspiration, define support, because it depends on what I need at the moment. If I need financial support, do I need emotional support? Do I need physical support? It depends. I'm trying very hard not to put everything on one person.
Support, I mean, for me, would mean supporting your brand.
Okay.
Now, like friends, you want to support my brand. Buy into my brand. Don't expect me to give you a discount because we know each other.
Right.
Business is business. Personal is personal.
Right.
And that sometimes I feel can get misconstrued.
Yes.
Because people think, oh, that's my friend, so she's going to give me a discount. No.
Right.
Do you ask your doctor for a discount?
Right.
Do you ask your hairdresser for a discount?
You'd
Do
be
you
surprised.
you ask your nail technician for a discount because you know them for so
Other
so
service
many
providers.
years? Yes.
Right.
So when I say support, like who sows into you? Whether it be financially, whether it be spiritually, whether it be just an encouraging word. Like for me, it's my mom. My mom, my aunt, my church family. They're always buying into my brand. You have a new sweatshirt, I'm going to support. You have this, I'm going to support. So you always need someone to support you, even though sometimes it's hard to find and we have to be our own cheerleaders.
Yes.
But for you, who is that person, people?
For me right now, as far as day-to-day support for my brand, it would be my husband.
Okay.
He is my champion, like whatever you want to do. And, you know, a lot of men can't hang with a chick who's a boss.
Yes.
You know, it takes a real secure man to be a champion for your leveling up, for your glow up. And for me right now on a day-to-day basis, whether it's midnight, whether it's during work, I need you to help me do this, whatever, after work, come, drive me here, do that. It's right now, I would say it's my husband.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
He better be encouraging you.
No, he should be encouraging you, but I also think we put a lot of burdens on certain people to be the support of everything.
Okay.
And there will be sometimes he will have his own stuff where he cannot support me.
Okay.
And I think we have to be realistic as people that we do put a lot on people's shoulders because you're my friend.
Yes.
Because you're my mother.
Yes.
Because you're my church family. I expect you, just like you expect the discount, I'm expecting you to be what I should hire people to do. And I think we really have to be aware of that as entrepreneurs, that just because they're our friends doesn't automatically mean they're our first supporters.
That's good.
Because they still might be our friends, but they might not be our fans. And that's a hard lesson I had to learn, because that doesn't mean she's not your friend anymore. That means she's still your friend. She's always your friend. She just might not give a damn about Shenell Renee as far as the brand is concerned.
Yes.
And she's allowed to do that. And I don't think people really get that.
That's great.
It's tough, but it's real.
It's real. It's real. It's so real. And that's something that I, starting out, had to discover and find out for myself, because these things you can't teach someone.
No.
They have to learn through this journey of being an entrepreneur.
Right.
So that being said, what advice can you give someone who wants to be an entrepreneur or an aspiring life coach or life architect?
Well, if you're going to be a life coach, get your credentials. Anything you're going to be, get your credentials, study up. If you want to be a stylist, if you want to be a designer, yes, you watch Project Runway. Great. Now what? Do you know how to sew? Have you taken a course? Have you gone to FIT? Have you done something? You know how to hot glue some bedazzles on a jacket? That might not be enough. You might have to take the craft seriously. So whatever it is that you want to do, make sure you give that honor to that craft and study it and respect it, and respect those who came before you who studied it as well.
Yes.
Be prepared. Be prepared as much as you can be emotionally, mentally, and physically.
Yes.
No one talks about the isolation and loneliness in entrepreneurship. Okay?
Come on,
raise
somebody.
Raise
Come
the
on,
holy.
somebody. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. I'm about to get the church fan going. Oh my gosh.
I'm saying, I just wanted to bring the truth. You know, that's why you got me here, to bring that truth. You need me to stop?
Come on.
I have no choice but to tell the truth and my truth. And it might not apply to you. It might, but there is loneliness and growth.
See my hand?
And if you are not alone when you grow, you're really not going to get the real lesson. So you'll be depressed sometimes. You'll cry sometimes. While you're sewing that jacket, you might be in tears. Yes. While you're on that radio show, before you do, you might go in the bathroom and break down and pull yourself together and have to affirm yourself in the mirror. Yes. You might have that event where everything comes crashing down. The caterer canceled. Things are not going to be picture perfect. And if your mental is not where it should be, your business will be having a grand opening and a grand closing.
Like Jay-Z said.
Hello. So no, again, like you said, great point you said. There's a lot of things we can tell people, but they have to go through themselves. We're here to try to help you circumvent that just a little bit.
Yes.
Loneliness, evolution requires isolation. In order for you to be the best you can be, in order for you to hear God's voice, you have to not hear anyone else's.
Yes.
I have to take away everything in order for me to be your everything.
Yes.
All right?
To be one.
To be one. Because if you listening to Aunt Betty and what she said the jacket's supposed to look like, that might not be your vision and might not be his vision, right? Yes. So I might have to silence Aunt Betty. I might have to silence that boyfriend. Those friends might be clubbing. You see them on the gram. You miss your old lifestyle because your new lifestyle requires you to be isolated.
Yes.
Get ready.
Yes.
Get ready.
Get ready.
Stay ready.
Brace yourself.
Okay.
Brace yourself. Because let me tell you, this journey is not for the weak.
No.
I just want to say that I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes when I say that, but being an entrepreneur is not for the weak. It's not for the faint heart. It's not for the person that says they're going to do it today and do it tomorrow. It's for that person that's willing to stay up till 12 o'clock, go to sleep, wake up at 6, do whatever they have to do to make sure that they've gone through every scenario to make sure that it's perfect in their eyes. So that way, if something does go wrong, they know that they've given it all they
everything you
have.
Got. Yep.
And they're all right with that. And that takes true humble discipline. And just, it takes you to a place where you just kind of have to be like, okay, all right, I got this. That being said, how do you deal with people that might come at you and say something negative or just anything that isn't positive or just something that's kind of just like, did she come for me?
Because this ain't what she wants.
Did she really?
The same way I respond to people who have something nice to say. A lot of times we think it's negative because they didn't agree with us. Sometimes it's not negativity. It's just a difference of opinion.
Gotcha.
Right? And you don't have to agree with me to be with me. You really don't. Because I know what I think. I want to know what Shenell thinks.
Yes.
And it's okay to still like Shenell if Shenell doesn't think the same way Stefanie thinks, right? So before I turn up and let them know that this is not what they want, I have to decipher, are they really disrespecting me or are they just disagreeing with me? Once I decipher those two, then I can govern myself accordingly and say, okay, she's not disrespecting me. She's just disagreeing with me. And we can have a thought-provoking conversation about it. If she's disrespecting me, we just not having that.
Yes.
Right? But even in that, I've grown so much where I don't have to put, my hands on anybody. I don't have to be disrespectful the way I used to be, how I was taught to be, how I was bred to be growing up between the Bronx and Harlem.
Yes.
Right now, I can just dismiss you because my purpose is so much greater than having a disagreement with you online or in person.
Yes.
Cameras are everywhere. Everything I say or do is going to be documented. Yes. And the yacht life that I'm going to be on in Saint-Tropez ain't got time to tweet you back.
Come on, speak that over my life.
See what I'm saying? Speak it.
That energy.
When I'm having conferences in Costa Rica, I'm not going to think about your tweet.
No.
Let's be real.
Tweet about that.
Tweet about that.
Right? Yachtlife.com.
.edu.org. Whatever. All the dots.
Saint-Tropez all day.
All day. Like, I really had to come to the realization that what I want is bigger than a negative person's comment.
Yes.
Who I am,
yes,
who I've become, who I've grown to be, is so much more important than what you have to say from behind your screen while you in your pajamas and I'm grinding.
But you know what? Most of the times I find when people do that, it's because they're either scared to take that step.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're trying to throw that distraction at you
to
throw you off your game.
Right.
And sometimes you just have to take that breath, like, okay, give me 5 seconds. Okay, and then you handle it because sometimes they try to take you out of your character, but you have to remind yourself who you are. And sometimes taking that breath and not just initially reacting,
emotional
and responding,
intelligence,
is what throws them off too, because they're expecting you to respond one way and you react another.
Well, they're really sent by God. Let me break this down right quick. If we didn't have AKA haters, we wouldn't have tests to realize what we still need to work on, right? So it's like dodgeball. Like you said, they throw something at you. My reflex is good.
Yeah.
Did I learn to dodge on the left or did I learn to dodge on the right? All right, well, I need to practice on the left a little more.
Yes.
Because if I'm reacting the way I used to, then I'm not as far in growth than I thought I was. So I really believe, I always tell people this is a test. Pass it. Either you go and pass, and mind you, you don't have to pass with an A. You can pass from A through D minus. Just pass the daggone test. Just don't get an F.
And if you don't pass it, God will send it around again.
Yeah, because you got to keep getting it until you get the lesson. So that's what I mean. It's a test. Yes. I don't think people, whether it's on the screen, whether it's in your family, in your personal life, in your love life, this is a test to see how far you've really come. Because we all like to throw out, I'm grown. I'm grown. Yes. Everybody likes to proclaim who they are and how intelligent they are and how they ain't the same as they used to be, but yet they act the same way they used to act. All of these things are a test to see if you really have grown.
Okay, that is so true. So what is next for Better Life Choices of New York? Any upcoming events, engagements? Yes. Because I know you do speaking events as well.
I do.
So just let the listeners know and the viewers know what's up. What's next?
My next event is for my podcast, Not Your Mama's Podcast. We have our second live recording happening in January, on January 13th.
Okay.
At Pop and Paul Wine Bar in Washington Heights, New York.
Okay.
The tickets are available at eventbrite.com or on my Instagram bio or on my website at blcny.org, and I'm excited about that. As I'm on your show right now, as you know, as a host, it's a fun experience. Though it's work, I really enjoy touching people on the microphone every week. We air on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. We release a new episode every Tuesday, and people get to hear just like now, they get to hear what I do as a coach or as a speaker every week, and it's just amazing.
What time on Tuesday?
Every Tuesday we drop in the mornings. And again, our archives, we're about 2 years in. So if you go on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play and put in Not Your Mama's Podcast, or if you go on Instagram and put in Not Your Mama's Podcast, you'll see us there, and you can click on episode 1 all the way up to 67.
Okay, last question. Where can they contact you? They want a life architect. They want to just say, girl, you did your thing today. Girl, you did your thing on that snap post this morning, or where can they reach out to you?
Across all, as Shenell Renee said, consistency is key. Across all social media platforms under the same name, BLC New York. BLCNEWYORK. That's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you want to go to my website, that is www.blcny.org. I'm also on YouTube, the Better Life Choices of New York channel. Hit me up. Professional DMs only. I don't play that. You can email me at Coach Stefanie at blcny.org as well. And Stefanie is spelled with an F, not a PH, in case people want to get it right.
Okay, so I'm going to say thank you, Stefanie.
Thank you. This was fun.
Thank you so much
Thank you for having me. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Everybody clap for Stefanie. I know you guys I can't hear you guys, but I'm clapping, so it's all
snap
matters.
it up.
We're snapping it up. We're going to thank you. And stay tuned, guys. I'll be back with my second guest, and then we are going to have a group discussion as ladies. We're going to talk about the lady issues as being an entrepreneur. So, hey, we're back. Okay, so I have both of my ladies, my beautiful ladies, in studio.
She's my new bestie.
Here.
Exactly.
I thought I was your bestie.
Why we gotta have just one?
Good night.
Exactly.
Good night.
Bestie crew.
Good night.
All positive energy is welcome.
Yes.
I'm kidding.
Bring it on, girl.
I'm kidding. So we are taking the gloves off. We're gonna keep it real as entrepreneurs, right?
Why am I nervous?
Don't be nervous. Don't
So
be
you're
nervous.
a truth girl.
Don't be nervous. We're gonna talk about being an entrepreneur and being in a relationship. When I say relationship, I mean with a man, not friendship. Any relationship. Is it difficult? How do you do it? How do you balance both?
Who wants to go first?
Who wants to go first?
Well, I'm going to let the married woman take it up because I need to listen and, you know.
I'm going to just keep it real. It ain't easy. I mean, if you think it's easy, it's not. And you have to be clear about your intentions for your life, your marriage, and your business, and see how they link together. I'm huge on intentions, aka your why. What's your why? What's your reason for doing what you do? And you have to be clear on your intentions, like I said, for your business and your marriage, and see how they link up. I had to have a conversation with my husband. It was hard for me, but I had to go and tell him, I'm not going to be the best wife for the next couple of months, and I need you to be okay with that.
Wow, that's real.
Because I knew it. I knew where my focus was going to be. I knew it was going to be a laptop in my lap at all times. I knew I was going to be on the phone. I knew I was going to be out the house. I knew I was going to need him to be the person who gave me the most mercy and grace that I needed for that moment. But instead of doing what a lot of people normally do and just expect them to do it and then argue through it and just, where you been? I'm hungry. You ain't make a meal. Da, da, da. I decided to be an adult and not wait until the stress of it happened, but bring it to the light and say, I need you in a way that I probably haven't needed you before. Are you able? Are you capable? If not, that's okay, but I want it on the table. So communication, when people say communication, it's not just, hey, how your day going? I want some sex. No, it's, I'm going to not be what you need. Can you handle that?
Got it.
So good. That's how it started. And there was still, of course, even till this day, there's still some, close your laptop, you know, put your phone down, because he has his own business too, and he has a 9-to-5 too. So we do it for each other. So you need that accountability partner to be like, we haven't had dinner together in X amount of time. I don't care where you were going. What can you cancel? Because as you know, a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we don't want to say no to nothing because we got steam. I don't want to say no because I got to get on this radio show. Oh, I can promote this. I could sell this jacket. I could be here. But all the money in the world will matter not if you can't find somebody to love you, whether you have it or not. So you got to find a balance to say, do I need to go on this radio show? Can I go on the next week? You have to learn that your no is valuable and necessary in order to sustain some of your relationships. That's all I got for right now.
No, that's amazing. Single life is a little different.
Tell me.
I feel like it can be intimidating. You know, everybody says they want someone that's doing. Talk
about it
from the black backgrounds.
Come on,
everyone wants, you know, that boss, so they want that independent woman until they get her.
Yes,
and then they don't know what to do with her. When you don't need someone's permission, or you don't need someone's money, say it. All you need is their time and love and support. Those things are actually expensive, more expensive. Than
and loyalty.
I was, girl,
we could
today.
We taking the gloves off.
Can I get a loyal one?
Can I get an amen?
Can I get a loyal one?
So, you know, it's hard. It's really, really hard. And for me, my time is everything. Because with my time, it can go to a post, it can go to meeting a customer, it can go to doing an ad, it can be I'm on the website changing something. All that's time. And if I give you my time and you waste it, or you know, you don't value that, it's a little, it's hard. It's hard.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree too.
I hope that was, you know, answering your question, because
that's
what I got to give
because
that was more than enough. That was great, because you're right. Time is everything.
Yes.
No, time is the only commodity none of us could get back. I can get money back. I can get this jacket back. I can buy me some bundles of hair. I can get makeup back. I can get a microphone back. I can get this cup of water back. But I can't get that 24 hours, that 7 minutes, that whatever it is that I gave you back in my life.
Right. Like
so
you
if
said,
I give
going to an event, you know, you show up, that's 2-3 sales right there.
Boom.
So it's, you know, I'm giving you something. That's, you know, not saying it's a gift, but
no, it is. My presence is a gift.
Well, then let's just say it. Let's just call it what it is.
Call it my presence is a gift.
Let's just call it what it is.
It is a gift. Don't take it lightly.
So that's but it's difficult. It's difficult.
So from my perspective, even though you guys like touched on everything, I totally agree that you have to find someone who is equally yoked to you. When I say equally yoked, you're taking the same path in the same direction. Because if you're with someone who's not equally yoked with you, it's like a car that's stuck in the mud. You're trying to get out of the mud and you're trying to get forward, but you keep going back. You can't get out. You're stuck. And that person becomes a weight on you. And then you're like, it's like a burden. You're like, oh, man, you know, I really like this person. I really care about this person, but I'm really not going anywhere with them. They're really not supporting me. They're really not encouraging me. They're not valuing my time.
Right.
And then all that energy you're trying to put towards that, you then have to reevaluate and say, is this really for me?
Right.
Right.
Or do I need to say so long, bye-bye?
Or not right now.
Or not right now and come back when it's our time.
Right.
So that's hard being a businesswoman because you want that support. Especially if it's somebody that you care about, you know, that you love or that you see a future with. You want them to support your vision and be your cheerleader in times of need.
Right.
But sometimes it doesn't happen.
Right.
That's why I feel like it's good to have other women who are entrepreneurs around you.
Women do you see women out here right now?
Because
running,
shutting it down.
Yes.
Every which way, slicing it,
Yes.
dicing it. Like, women are...
we're here.
We're waking
We're
up.
here. We're here.
I think we realize that love is not enough.
No.
Right.
Like is not enough.
No.
Right.
And there is so much more to being a successful woman than just being a wife and a mother.
Yes. And being
Right.
pretty.
And being a concubine, being a side chick, being anything that we've all taught that was gold.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
We're finally
Right.
like, you know what? There are so many successful women with businesses who are not married.
Yes.
Who don't have children.
Yes.
And they are happy. And this misconception that in order to be happy, he has to be attached to it. This misconception that I have to have 2.5 kids in order to be a woman. In
Right.
order to find joy and
Right.
pleasure in life. I think we're finally like, wait a minute. Why? Because like I said in the first part of our interview, a lot of people are living agreements that weren't theirs.
Exactly.
Your mother told you that you had to be a wife and a mother. Society told you. You saw your aunt and Big Mama and Medea and all these people. And you thought that that's
Right.
what mothers and women were supposed to be.
Exactly.
And we're like, let's grab the mic and let's make it our own way.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's where we're at right now.
Yes. And we're okay with that.
As we should be.
And I'm noticing us starting to vocal it more.
Yeah. Women are choosing their happiness
Amen.
over, that love.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever that is, so
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
we're-
going to sit in something where I'm not happy.
Yes.
Right. 'Cause
Yes.
love is not enough.
Yes.
I give the analogy that love, say for instance your home, your apartment, your house, I give the analogy that love is just the floor, like the foundation, but the curtains are the respect, the kitchen is the lust, the couch is the respect, the bathroom is the support. When you look at a place, you can't just stand and live in something with no curtains, no kitchen, you need all of those things, those blinds, you need all of those things to make a home.
Yes.
So love is just the floor that I'm walking on. What about the other stuff? And I think we're aware that we've been living in abandoned buildings emotionally for so long that we're tired of it and we're ready to be fully furnished.
Yes.
Okay.
You dropping nuggets here,
I'm telling you, I
girl.
told sermon.
You dropping nuggets.
Did I tell you I'm a preacher's
was in
kid?
church.
Can I take some notes?
Yeah.
I got my pen.
We could book a conversation.
Toot, toot, toot. I'm kidding. Wow. You guys are really
Girl,
dropping some things, man.
it's not easy.
Thank you. You gave us the platform.
Yes, you
Yeah.
guys are coming, and I love it.
Can I ask you girls a question?
Absolutely.
Have you been on dates recently? Ooh, why are we so cool? Has anybody been on a date at all?
You know what? I go on dates all the time with my girlfriends. We have great.
Yeah,
we have
I went on a
great
date with
dates.
myself.
Yeah,
Love me a good brunch.
I
went on
love
a date
me.
with
I love
myself.
me a girl's date.
I do too. I do too.
No, but seriously, I have to make more time for that because I'm so deep into work.
Which is not a bad
You
thing.
know what I mean? That's just where I feel good.
Okay.
And until that comes along, that's where I'll be.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So it's been a long time is what you're saying. So let me get to the question. So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
So if someone asked
Well, you know what?
on a
No,
date,
I had a lunch date a few days ago.
Okay,
I had a lunch
so-
date. That was kind of cute.
It was cute?
That was cute.
It was a moment?
It was, and I was gonna reach for my wallet to pay.
heck no, you
And
weren't.
I was, and then a
she
girlfriend
didn't.
jumped into my mind, and I got it together.
Shout out to that girlfriend.
Well, she's here, so
shout out to that girlfriend.
Shout out to that girlfriend.
No. Yeah.
So yeah.
But you had a good time?
It was sweet.
It was sweet.
It wasn't planned, and it was cool.
Okay, good.
It was cool.
Good. Would you
Shout out to my lunch date this week.
Would you do it again?
I would.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
I'll do it again.
See?
Because he gets it, and he does support the brand.
There you go.
So.
All right. See,
Might be some potential.
Oh, I like it.
Take it slow, but maybe
she's like, get off me.
Might be some potential, but take it slow. Might be some potential.
And what about you, Missy?
Me? Ooh. I went on a date, but he brought his friend.
Oh, say what now? What you say, boo?
I went on a date, but he brought his friend.
Then that ain't a date.
I was like, like halfway in the middle, he was like, "Oh, my friend's coming by to drop off something," and then he wound up eating the guacamole and the chips, and I was like,
"Did he wait?
Am I boring? Wait, did I just get classified as being boring? Wait a minute.
See how we do as women? We instantly go to ourselves like, am I boring? Am I the problem? You see what you just did there?
That's never happened before.
Girl.
That's never happened. I was like, clutch my pearls. What is going on?
Right.
I ain't been out the game that long.
Right.
I mean,
the game done changed.
The game done changed.
Yeah.
But maybe he wanted more than what I was ready to give him.
So did you stay? Is the question.
Oh, I stayed.
Ooh,
I enjoyed the conversation, but
with him or the friend?
With both. It was. He was cool. The guy was nice, but I didn't speak to him after that.
Right. Drop my numbers.
Sorry.
Ooh, you a better woman than me at that moment, because I'd be like, so I'm gonna chuck up these deuces. I gotta go because this is not what I was expecting.
No, because it was a good conversation. It was literally towards the end.
Oh, okay. So
it was literally towards the end where he came for like 15 minutes, and I was like,
okay. So that's a little different.
This is weird.
Did he come like to pick him up? Was he his ride?
No.
Oh.
We walked.
Oh.
It was a little weird. I didn't see him exchange anything with anyone, but it is what it is.
It was what it was.
It was what it was.
Right.
So overall, it's just hard.
It's hard dating.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Overall. Just overall, not just for entrepreneurs.
Right.
Women in general.
Women in general.
What would make it easy? What would make it better? Since we want to, let's be solution driven.
Consistency. Can I just find a man who doesn't have a child, who drives and has a good job and is loyal, who makes time for me? That's all I want. I don't want your money. I got my own. I'm sorry. Is that being too?
What do you say? What are you apologizing for your standards for?
Because some people, they meet these girls who are plastic. I'm sorry. They're plastic. And that's all they're used to. They're used to artificial. So when they finally meet someone who's real, they don't know how to handle her.
You mean plastic? Artificial internally, externally? Both?
All they care about is the exterior. No substance, no content. I'm a pretty girl. Okay, you're pretty, but what else?
Right. Well, pretty will get you in the room, but after that, you have to stay in the room with what you have to offer, other than your face and your body.
So it's hard when you find someone who isn't real, and then you find somebody that is real, and they don't really know what to do with them.
Are you willing to train?
I feel like if you're grown, I shouldn't have to train you. That's your mom's
I disagree.
child. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are going to stay single if we think he's going to come whole all the time. Now, the goal is to come as whole as possible, because I don't like the saying like 2 halves equal 1 whole. No. You come as whole as possible, and I come as whole as possible, and we be a dynamic force. However, if I never met anyone like you, I'm not really going to know how to treat you. So I might need someone as fantastic as you are, as driven as you are, to teach me how to respect and date a glow up type chick like you. If you're constantly looking for someone who automatically knows how to date Shenell when they've never met Shenell, you're setting yourself and them up for failure. So you might have to. I'm not saying give him everything his mama should have gave him. I'm saying give him what you feel you should give him.
If the potential is there, and, if, like his heart is in the right place, like you got to really look at all the factors. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. I agree. Yeah.
Think about it. I feel that same way. I've felt that same way.
That's good.
Yeah, we check guys off too quickly. I'm speaking from experience. You know, he don't check off all this on my list, then bye. But then, like, say for instance, your lunch date, when you're sitting here with a nice smile on your face, like, it was cool, I'd do it again, but he didn't have on the sneakers I wanted. Hypothetically, people do that.
People do that.
People do that. We dismiss a good guy because he's not automatically. He didn't walk in a great guy.
But those are miscellaneous things that you could always
always
down the
change.
road. You know what I mean? Like, babe, I didn't really, those really aren't, or whatever. I give you opinion, fashion related, or those are minor details.
Yes, minor details that people make huge though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, that doesn't matter to me at all.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Whatever it is that is your pet peeve, whatever it is that is turning you off, is it something that can be molded? Because we all mold each other in relationships.
See, with me, I know my heart. And I'm a very giving person. Just treat me right.
Define right.
When I say treat me right, respect me, honor me, and be loyal to me. Okay. Because I will pour out my love, but can you receive it?
Because how are you pouring it out?
Whether it be little things. I see something, I think you'll like it, I'll get it. You know, just taking that extra step. It can be minute, it could be so little, you know, just taking that time to say, hey, have a good day, you know, words of encouragement, anything. But it takes a lot for me to get to that place. So when I'm there, and then you kind of make me feel like, you know, you try to take advantage of me, then I step back.
Gotcha.
You know, because I'm like, I'm giving you all of this love, but you can't handle it. Okay, I put the wall up.
Right.
You know, do you find yourself doing that?
Yeah. Look at her face.
It's, you know what, I'm so focused on this brand. I'm sorry. I'm just keep it 100. That's just where I'm at right now. And again, because I'm so passionate about it, that's what, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my men. I'm here for it. But yeah, I'm it's not like my main focus at this time. So
there's nothing wrong with that.
You know, and I used to apologize for it. I don't anymore. It's just
where you are.
It's just what it is. I'm working so hard. I've invested so much money. You know, and that's just what the goal is for me right now at this point. So,
secure, you know, that bag, yo.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, why not? And when the time's right, it'll be right.
He'll find you.
And if not, then we're still going to be on this island.
we still going to be in San Tropez, girl.
Yes.
We do. So,
yacht parties.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but I'm happy. And that's what's important to me.
That's really what matters.
You got to be happy for yourself. So, yeah.
Okay. So I have another question.
Oh, Lord. This is the last one.
What are some things we're gonna step away from love real quick?
Let's do that.
What are some things that you do to drive new business?
Great question.
Ooh. Oh, that's for me. Oh, that's just
no, it's a group. No, it's a group. I was waiting to see who's going to answer first.
To drive, as far as marketing wise, online or
anything. Let's see,
well, you know, I do the pop-up shops.
Yes.
I do that where that's, because to me, I kind of feel like my pieces, even though they are clean on the website, I feel like you get a different type of life in person.
Yes.
So I do the pop-up shops. I see a lot of videos, postings work. I have several influencers wearing the pieces.
Okay.
They have like these large audiences wearing them. Just constantly posting, you know, using Instagram as my main tool.
Okay.
Because, you know, with all the feedback, you can see where your main traffic comes from. So definitely all that social media for sure. And me being my own model. Like, I'm constantly in my pieces. You know, now when I step out, it's always about my brand.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
As a service provider, it's a little different for me. I don't have a tangible product. Like, she can wear her product.
Yes.
I am my product. And I have to get people to trust me in order to book me. Whether it's book me for your events, whether it's book me for the one-on-one coaching, or, as I mentioned, the parties with the purpose, your girls' night where you have me come over, right? So it's, for me, it's about getting people to trust me. But as a speaker, I make sure I post about speaking, right? So I find that a lot of people who claim to be speakers and keynote speakers and panel participants, you go to their pages and websites and there's no videos of them speaking to audiences. And for me, it's important for me to have content about what I say I do. The only thing I can't put up is one-on-one coaching because that's private and confidential. So I can't put up a video of me on Skype or live or on the phone with someone.
Gotcha.
But I will put up videos of you seeing me prep for Skype. I'll pull up the Skype. You know, you'll have me seeing that stuff. But just like you saw, I had video taken today of us talking. This will be up to show you that when you want someone for an interview or content, to see what I can do. In addition to my podcast, I'll post clips. For me, Instagram is a really big deal because it, like you said, if you have a business page, you can see where your energy is going. You can break down other than a personal page
by age, by state,
yes, women, men, demographic, all of that, where it is. And also as a service provider, you got to be out there. I am out there at events. Let me tell you, from July to last week, like I said, this is the first Saturday in 6 months that I got to be home and just do one thing, which is today. I am out there. And when they say the grind or the hustle, it really is the hustle because I might have to go to 3 events in one day. Business cards, a lot of people say, you don't need business cards, you have Instagram. I believe that's a lie. A nice card goes a very long way because people remember it, the quality, the picture, what it looks like, what it felt like. I am not shy. We could be in Starbucks. I'm like, hey, here's my card. If we had a conversation, you have to be ready to get out there.
Right.
Because again, no one's going to stop me and say, hey, nice jacket. And I'm like, great, this is mine. You can get it I have to talk to you. You have to feel my energy and my vibe, which God has blessed me with, where I could literally be on a Starbucks line and people just randomly start talking to me and be like, I feel like I can trust you. Sure you can. Here's my card. We can trust. You have to really be out there. And for me as a service provider, it's important to not just rely just on Instagram. And if you do, cultivate it where what you say you do is visible, not just a pretty glossy picture.
Yes. I totally agree. Like you, because I'm an image consultant, I also have to make sure that my brand, meaning my physical outer appearance, is always on point. That's why when I was joking, I said no days off, literally no days off. If I'm having a bad day, I'm the only person that's supposed to know it, not the person that's viewing me, because they're going to be like, girl, how are you going to dress me looking like that? Like when you go to MAC and you see the girls in MAC and their eyebrows is like super clowns. Dark and you like, no, I'm not going to ask her for the MAC stuff. I'm going to ask her. Right. So I have to be very self-conscientious of my outward appearance. And people think it's like, it's okay to have a bad day. I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is how I make my money. Right. And going into that, not a lot of people know, but I've recently been forced into this.
What do you mean?
100%.
Okay.
I was working full-time like you, 9 to 5, working and doing my business on the side, and my employer laid me off.
Wow.
So I think they were shocked at my response, because when they told me, I was like, nothing, I'm a great believer, nothing ever happens with the Holy Spirit without him warning you first. Amen. So as I was walking into the office, they were calling me, my boss was calling me, follow me. I'm like, okay, you want me to follow you that way? Or like, he's like, follow me. I walk into the office. As I'm walking, Holy Spirit says, they're going to lay you off. Okay. So I sat down. They told me what they had to tell me. And it's like, okay. And I was like, okay, God, you're telling me this is my time. You're telling me this is what I'm supposed to be doing full time. You've prepared me. You've showed me the way. Now you're saying go. And you're pushing me out, but you're not just saying go with nothing to follow back on. You're saying go because I've given you the tools to execute it 100% the way that you know how to. So now do it. And that's literally what I've been doing since November 9th.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And I never thought I would actually say that out loud over radio, but I just did because nobody knows that I'm not working right now.
Okay.
I'm working, but I'm not working.
Gotcha.
Because people think that your passion is not work.
Oh, say that.
Because you love it so much. They're like, oh, but it's passion. Like, I don't have to pay you for that. No, you do. You have to. The same way your boss pays you your paycheck, I need to get paid for my services. Right. So in taking this new journey, I'm excited that you guys are both here with me today on my radio show, because it's like, this is groundbreaking. Like, this is what I you know that you see the post on Instagram and it says, "This is what I dreamed about and prayed about,
Yes,
and now it's happening."
Here.
This is me.
Oh, so
I'm living
in
that.
this moment.
I'm in that
That's
moment.
amazing. That's amazing.
You know, where
That's
it's like,
amazing. Yeah.
okay,
That's amazing,
Isn't it?
and when you're trying, because that was one thing I've always wanted, but when you're in it and you're trying to figure out, when you're doing the 9 to 5 and you're doing your business, you're like, okay, I want to do this full time, but I don't know how I'm going to do it full time. How am I going to make sure that my bills are taken care of? How am I going to make sure, like, God is doing it all, and I'm just sitting back in awe, like, wow. So to encourage you, you're going to be doing it full time soon.
Oh, I'm sure of that. I'm sure there is not
You're
a
gonna be
shadow
doing it
of a doubt in my
soon.
soul that I will have I have my office laid out already in my head. How my desk is going to be, the interior. I play no games with my vision.
Yeah.
And that's just talking about my first office in New York.
Yes.
I have my beach house.
Yes.
Already on the water, my condo, like the vision is clear.
Do you go onto the property?
I did. Well, actually, when we went away on one vacation, my sister and I were going to look at property. I believe she'll correct me if I'm wrong. If it was Costa Rica or on one of the islands that we go to and visit, on vacation much. But yes, that is the type of person I am. I want to walk through. I actually walked through yesterday in my office building in my 9 to 5. I had to go to another suite that's being built for lighting issues in my suite. And I was like, I'm here for a reason because I don't do this. I don't go to other suites for lighting. Why am I here? Oh, because I need to see how other suites look. So when I have one, where my receptionist is going to sit, where my stuff is going to sit, and I took that moment, they thought I was working for them. I was working for me.
That's the thing. Even with, I'm just going to jump in here.
No,
on what you're
please.
saying.
No, this is a conversation.
On the same thing. I'm 9 to 5 to fund the dream. So still in fashion. So every day, best believe half that day goes to you. Half that day goes to me. And because I'm in the field, I'm learning. I'm seeing your resources. I'm seeing how you would deal with certain things. I'm seeing how you would promote a product. I'm learning. So I'm taking all of that information. So it's not a waste for me. Do you know what I mean? Like every day, even though I'm trooping down to someone else's office, I'm still working for myself.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I don't have to toot a horn. So and when you have that mindset, your days are different.
Absolutely.
What they say doesn't even affect you. You know what I mean? You have an attitude, you're upset. I don't even care. I'm just here to do this 1, 2, to get this, to do this. So it's that mental, it's amazing once you have it. It takes a while to get there. Because I remember in the beginning, I was dreading going to different, positions and things of that nature. But once you see that, this helps me get up in the morning. Like I have to be somewhere, but I'm up early still to do my stuff for my business. So it just works all out. It's just amazing. It's just how it all comes together. And you don't see it.
Nope.
Because you're in it.
Because you're in it. But then
a reflection key.
Yes.
You guys talk about reflection.
To come together. And it just starts making sense.
All the sense. Even my commute that I used to dread. I mean, no one wants to take the train from boroughs to boroughs, and I know the day will come when I'll be driven everywhere. But even in my commute, I started to realize this is 2 hours, 1 hour each way that I could get work done. Instead of just listening to music or watching something on my phone. This is my answer email times in the morning, the ones that came in overnight. This is the ones I can do this. This is when I can cultivate these posts for the week. This is when I can.
Even your lunch break.
Yeah, girl.
It's not even a lunch.
It's not a break.
Who's eating?
Who's eating?
I found the atrium not too far from, the office. I go in there and you're working. You have your list, your top 3 things to get done within this hour. And every little step helps.
The focus.
If you can get a post done, if you can get a caption written, if you can reach out to someone, find a photographer, put an ad up, it all helps. When you get off, when you get home, it's one less thing to do.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Every minute counts. So, yeah.
I can attest to that. And that's why I feel like I'm so prepared for this journey, because everything that you're both saying is what I was doing on my lunch break, running to Staples, getting the stuff done for the radio show, getting the stuff done for my business, on my lunch break. And it was fun for me. I was like, yay, I get to do, okay, cool. Posting that post, making sure everything's grammatically correct.
Exactly. That takes time. You just
That
have to
takes
scribble. It takes time.
People
So you have to draft it
no
out.
idea. Draft it out in your notepad. Put it here.
Yes.
Copy and paste it here. This filter, any filter at all. Should I? Shouldn't I? Okay. Oh, this is an email for an event this Saturday. Okay, I got to put that to the side and visit this. You have to prioritize, and that takes time.
That takes so much time and so much energy because you have to be creative about it.
Yeah.
You can't do the same thing and expect the same results.
Say that.
You have to be creative about it.
And dodge your self-doubt all at the same time.
Yes.
Right.
And be a cheerleader.
Dodge the self. Is this enough? Oh my God. And get to the point where likes don't matter. Get to the point where followings don't matter.
Exactly.
Because I tell people all the time, you only want to go to someone who has 20, 30, 100,000 followers. That's cool. But I'm about not only content, I'm about customer service.
Yes.
There's so many people. I talk back to my people.
Yes.
You leave a comment, you slide up in my DMs. I don't understand why I go to your page, it's 20, 30, 100,000 people, but you're not saying thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for buying the code. Oh, wear it. Send me a picture. I'll post it. There is so much that can happen when you don't have a large following.
Yes.
Because you can spend that time focused on those people who are actually purchasing your products and your services.
Yes.
I'd rather 10 to 20 people actually be my clients than 100,000 followers and I ain't getting no money.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's the main reason why I started this.
Absolutely. Exactly.
That's the main reason why I started this radio show. I started this radio show because I felt that people who are doing something of substance needed a voice.
Say that.
Because you have those people that have 15K followers and
Well,
they
can
don't
be
even
bought.
respond.
They can be purchased.
They can
at
be
this point.
purchased. That's true. They can be purchased. But they have all these followers and you have people who are just starting out and they get discouraged because they feel like
They have to
I only
compare.
have 200 followers. I only have 300 on my business page. But that does not discourage me.
It shouldn't.
Doesn't discourage me at all. But we have to wrap it up, guys. I am so sorry. We had a great time.
Yes, we did.
Oh my God. Woo! We had a great time, great energy. That wasn't bad, right?
No.
That wasn't too bad, right?
See, look at you so
That wasn't
that
too
was
bad. No, I'm just
fantastic.
saying because y'all was scared. Like, all these questions, I don't know what to expect. I'm scared. What's
girl,
going on?
shoot 'em.
That wasn't on the list.
Shoot 'em. We got it.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tune in next month. I will be back next month. Yes, I said it. I'm speaking it. I will be back next month. The first week of January, first Saturday of January. Stay tuned. Come back, watch us, see the beautiful guests that I have, and have a great night. Have a blessed night.
Thank you for
See
having
you
us.
there.
Thank you.